Welcome aboard, everybody, to my review of the last 4 tryout Thursday demos. And I decided to change my location a little bit. I like this window a lot better anyways. So, first up we got Cat Quest. When I saw this, I thought it looked cute, and I just love cats. Always wanted to buy this game, but once I started playing the demo, I really wanted this game. The names and puns were right up my alley. Next is Mystery Chronicle One-Way Heroics. Saw this in the store and thought it looked kinda serious and fun, right? Nah, not even a little bit. I was so bored. Couldn't wait for it to end, but I tried to play a demo out to the end. This was the demo that made me want to change my mind on that little rule of mine. Also, it may have been free, but boy, this made me want to get some type of money back. It was a huge waste of time to play. Ugh. Next is Songbird Symphony. Looks sweet, and I just love me some good old-fashioned music games. Boy, it was pretty and super cute, too. Loved how everything was musical. What names for all the characters, too. And then last, we got Fall of Porcupine. I like the idea of a hospital setting, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of Night in the Woods. Didn't know what I was in for, though. Lots and lots of reading, which was fine. In fact, that's why I kept going. I started to get absorbed in the setting and the story. Though I did have to stop playing it at a point, since I had to be somewhere. Christmas. Still enjoying where the rabbit hole was going. Plus, I finished the demo when I got back from my folks. Now, I have a little system. Body, mind, and soul. Body is graphics, mind is mostly story, and soul is music. And every now and then I'll throw in like gameplay and pacing if there is no story. Now, let's go back to our first one, Cat Quest. Body. Everything was bright and appealing. Art for the characters were great too. 5.5 out of 10. Mind. A little cheesy, but in a good kind of way. The story isn't much to be desired, but at least it's there. It's the puns that make the writing so awesome. Gameplay. I'm so happy this is an adventure role-playing game instead of those usual cat puzzle games I keep finding. Pacing. It went pretty quickly. Maybe even too quick. Even with all the reading and whatnot, I felt like it ended too abruptly. But hey, that just means it's a good demo if I wanted more. 5 out of 10. Soul. Lighthearted with a touch of epic? Maybe? Almost forgot what the music was like though. Had to look it up and that. It was the sound effects that stood out to me more. From the meowing of the characters to the flapping of your character taking a cat nap, just flowed together so well. 4 out of 10. My overall grade, from how much I enjoyed the demo, it gets an A from me. Next up, oh boy, fun on a bun, Mystery Chronicle One-Way Heroics. Body, where? It was mostly different shades of poo. Every now and again, it remembered it should have had a different color, but my interest was kind of gone at those points. Like, new colors? Oh, yay, I guess. Only times when there was a bit of effort was the character sprites and avatars. 1 out of 10. Mind. Again, where? Imagine being on the Lord of the Rings journey, but you're the One Ring, but you don't call yourself a ring. And Sauron has 8 different names. Can't connect to anything or anyone since your character can change so often. Gameplay. Boy, I wish it had some. I felt like I was doing tutorials for like 30 minutes. I was too hard on Klonoa. That didn't have a flood of how to play the game tutorials. This one did. An info dump, in fact. To make things worse, the information came from an unlikable and annoying character. Jeez, even Navi seems more likable and shy in comparison. Pacing, though a side scroller, it could not be any slower. Every time I thought I got somewhere, the story would pop up and slow me down again. When I finally was free to go out and adventuring, I couldn't have cared less. Felt like nothing happened, even when I was fighting. 1 out of 10. Soul, generic and forgettable. The only times I got woken up from how boring everything was when the characters would sometimes talk. 2 out of 10, but only for the voice acting. Overall grade? Wow. What should I give this 2015 game? It certainly is memorable, but not probably what the creators were hoping for. I know. A Z. Of course, this means it's now my lowest rating, but also I should make an S rank exist as well. And moving right along, we got Songbird Symphony. Body, vivid and flowed together well. Made me want to go outside again. 5 out of 10. Mind. Simple but sometimes to the point stories like this are great. This is one of them great times. Gameplay. I'm not too big of a fan of puzzles, but everything was cute and distracted me that I didn't really mind. Pacing. I'm gonna say okay. Bits were a bit meh, but at least it's easily picked itself back up again. 4.5 out of 10. Soul. Here we go. This is its strongest point. The music. Either it made me want to get up and dance, or the rare one, make me want to sing along. Everything was bouncy and made me have a good time. Even when I noticed when the music started looping at some points. 6 out of 10. Overall grade? I'm thinking B positive. It was very close to getting an A negative from me, but then I remembered how some of the map can get a little old. And then finally we have Fall of Porcupine. Body. Like I said before, it reminds me a lot of Night in the Woods with its art. This is more of a story mind point, but since I mentioned it, this game has the same serious tone too. All the graphics seem to be down to earth and calm where they need to be. When you're in the hospital, it's loudly white, so you can take your doctoring seriously. 5.5 out of 10. Mind. This is where the game shines the most, to the point where I don't like the gameplay. I'd rather this be an interactive storybook than the few times they make you change the patient's bandages and whatnot. Pacing doesn't matter either. Its story is deep enough for you to joyfully lose your time in. 8 out of 10. Soul. There's not really any music. Some here, some there, but I hear more ambient sounds than anything else. My overall grade? Oddly enough, I'm thinking a B-. Scored so high for its story. And that's about it. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll be shoving off now. Have fun.